this thing on? Okay, I think we're rolling. Welcome to the Vault Dweller Survival Guide video edition. We're going to be going over some culinary items today. This one's a wasteland staple known by its distinctive blue glow and all those pesky isotopes that the pre-war FDA decided to put into it. I don't know how that could possibly backfire. Radiation in a drink? Us wastelanders wouldn't know anything about that. But I'm going to be showing you how to make some Nuka Cola Quantum. So, first thing you're going to need to do is measure out all your stuff. You will need 1 cup water. Perfect. 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and weight on the sugar. I'm going to do all of these separately because I don't want sugar sticking to the inside of the cup. Now, some of these ingredients might be a little hard to come by, like the fresh fruit or fruit juice. Luckily, found me a farm outside up on the surface, run completely by Mr. Handy's. Green Top Nursery, I think it was. Real interesting bunch. So, next, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of pomegranate juice. That's probably way too much that I just poured there. Great. I don't know who used the kitchen last. They didn't clean that cookware. Nasty. Nasty. One tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Then you will need lemon zest. Now again, the fresh fruit might be a little hard to come by topside, so probably substitute some mute fruit for it. Figure out would have a roundabout enough flavor. One thing I learned, you don't want the pith. That's going to be the white part of the peel. Easiest way I've learned to do it, just kind of rotate it as you go. Like, gonna zest, turn, zest, turn. All right, now, once you got your lemon zest, you're gonna set that off to the side, and now you're gonna zest your limes. Same place, got it from Green Top Nursery, snuck some seeds back into the vault. Remember there was a competitor of Nuka Cola like this once, had a lemon-lime mixture. I think they called it Sprint or something. Never really cared for it. Stuff had such a weird mixture you could charge a fusion cell with it. Seriously, I dropped a fusion cell once in that stuff and it started charging. Don't know how that's even possible. All right, we got our lemon and our lime zested. It is properly zested. This is the right amount of zest. Fruit punch. You will need 2 tablespoons, again, just like the pomegranate juice. Fruit juice was sourced locally at your dilapidated Super Duper Mart. And we got 1. And we got 2. Is that something floating in there? Now that we got all our ingredients together, you are going to mix your water. I forgot the sugar. Lemon and lime zest. And just kind of peel it off into your pan. There's going to be a bunch of it. We're going to have to strain that out later, but we'll get to that. Lemon zest, lime zest. your fruit punch, and your pomegranate juice into a medium saucepan. Then you're going to get your sugar. Fucking cheap ass. And we got our 2 cups of sugar. There's more sugar in this than any other ingredient. So, now that we have our ingredients mixed together, next thing we're going to do is bring it to a boil. Whisk the sugar in. We're just going to keep doing this until it's dissolved and until this stuff is boiling. Heard about some weird stuff going on over by Junktown. There's one guy who's selling iguana bits. But, where are all the iguanas? I don't think I've ever seen one. I've seen geckos. Big as a child, but never seen an iguana. And I don't think iguanas are supposed to be like a sickly yellow color. It's almost like, yeah. Tastes kind of funny too for iguana. I've had reptile meat before. Went down to the Miami wastelands, and then went further down into the Everglades, or what's left of them. Me and a buddy, we killed a gator claw. Had some of that meat. Really good. Super dangerous. That's good eating. Doesn't taste anything like it. And we're gonna let that simmer for about 10 minutes. See you then. I think I'm gonna lose control of Nuka Cola nuke nuke. Nuka Cola nuke nuke. Whoa. Nuka Cola nuke nuke. Nuka Cola nuke nuke. Whoa. Think I'm gonna lose control of Nuka Cola nuke nuke. Now that we got all the sugar mixed in, wait a minute. Oh God, that's salt. Ooh, man. So, should start looking like this. The sugar's all dissolved. Stevia didn't mix so well last time, so tread with care there. We're just gonna let that sit. If it starts boiling over, turn off the heat, obviously. There we go. Okay, so now that we're done brewing the syrup, gonna remove it from heat. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, because if I put it in an airtight container right now, it'll shatter it. All I have are these little glass jars. I don't want to strain it just yet. We are gonna strain it just to get the lemon and lime zest out. I don't really have anything to filter it through, save for some coffee filters. It's a very slow drip, but it works. Worked last time. Sort of. I think I was just impatient. So I poked a hole in the filter, and the filter stopped filtering. Perfect. Ugh, that vodka's coming back up. Oh, I don't like it. Okay. So, what we're going to do, take your filter, flatten it out a little bit, put it in the strainer bowl, pour in your syrup. Okay, so something I forgot. Lemon and lime juice. You want the juice from one of each. Now you'll find if you have any cuts on your fingers and thumbs. Perfect time to find out. That's tragic. You know, I had a friend who didn't know about some sores in his mouth. We went to this casino in New Vegas. Real nice old lady there had this red scorpion casserole. Absolutely delicious. Only problem is, it's made out of rad scorpion venom. Buddy of mine, he had 2 sores in his mouth, and that went straight to the brain. Killed him in under a couple hours. Real shame. Tell you what, that was the best casserole either of us have ever had. Miss you, Ray. Okay, we got our lemon and lime juice. We're gonna add that to the mixture once it's done straining into the container. I will see you then. So one of the things I tried for getting it through the filter faster, I did poke a few holes in the filter again. I took the timings off of this fork. So I'll let you know how it goes. All right. Now that we're done straining the syrup, after a long, long process, you're going to get something that looks like this. Kind of like a reddish honey. So, next thing you're going to mix in is going to be your citric acid. And it's going to make it taste less like honey and more like Nuka Cola Quantum. So, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of citric acid. Just go ahead and scoop that in. Stuff's been sitting for a while, so gonna have to stir it up. One teaspoon goes in. And you are going to get some food dye, because all of your ingredients here made it red, not blue. And another big part of this is presentation. So you're going to add 5 drops neon blue food dye. I only have regular blue, but it comes out about the same. And we got 1. We got 1. Yeah, this thing hasn't even been opened yet. Good Lord. There we go. Right, let's try this again. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to go ahead and mix all that in. Also, yes, I am using a pickle jar. These are very, very small, and this makes a lot of syrup. That looks good. Even got that Nuka Cola shine once you shine the light in there. I don't feel like putting the isotopes in because I don't want any more radiation than I already have. So, final step. We're just going to go ahead and seal that. And you can use any airtight container so long as it seals, it's good. And we're going to go ahead and let that refrigerate for 12 hours. Now, that should just about do it for the cooking portion. All we got to do now is mix it with some sparkling water. So, I will see you guys when we do that. All right, it has been more than 12 hours. It's actually the next day. We're going to start canning because the syrup is done curing. And yes, I did wash the jar out enough. It doesn't taste like pickles. I've already taste tested a glass. So you're just gonna need one cup of sparkling water or seltzer water and 9 tablespoons of the syrup. So let's go ahead and get that going. And conveniently enough, one of these jars is about a cup, so I really don't need to measure them. I got about 15 more jars. The only thing we're going to have to measure here is the syrup. Great. Now we're going to go ahead and add 9 tablespoons of the syrup into each one. And there you have it, your Nuka Cola Quantum.